Hey guys, so another day, another background. Today I wanted to do a talk through tutorial. I wanted to do a tutorial on kind of my signature waves. So if you follow me on Instagram, which is Aspen Ray Hair, all of the balayage and hair color that I do, I mainly style it using this technique. This is also a technique that I use on my hair whenever I'm doing any heat styling to it. I normally use a little bit more of a texture added effect, but today I want to do something like super smooth, super classic, and super easy to do. I wanted to turn this into a talk through because I just feel like I haven't been able to talk to you guys very much, and I wanted to show you a quick little hair video and also kind of just update you guys on what's going on. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So what you will need is some type of a brush to brush out your hair before and after the curls. If you have a Denman brush or some type of boar bristle brush, that will help when we are finishing. Then you will need a hair clip or hair tie for parting and sectioning your hair. Then some type of a hairspray. I am using the Living Proof Control hairspray. And then either a wand or a curling iron. I'm just going to be using I believe this is a 1-inch barrel. This is a GVP wand. So that's what we're using today. I'm going to turn my phone volume on because I'm actually waiting for a call for our Portland apartment, which I will talk to you guys about in a little bit. So I'm just going to start off by brushing out all of my hair, just make sure that we have a smooth foundation to work off of. If you saw my last video where I have like super bright magenta hair, that was a few weeks ago. It's already washed out, so I'm just going to be keeping my hair blonde. I'm going to try to let my natural grow out, so I know that it's looking a hot mess right now, but we'll get there. We'll get back to a good place with my hair. So we are just going to part in 2 sections. So our first part is going to be right around where your eyebrows end. This is where I normally take my sections because I have thinner hair. If you do have thicker hair, you can work in smaller sections, so I would recommend closer to 3 or 4 sections. Taking that parting from the eyebrow up, and then I'm just going to clip that to secure that right there. So now with the rest of the hair, we're just going to brush that out again, and then we're going to do a light layer of hairspray. I'm taking my first section, so you never want to take a section that's any bigger than your curling iron or your wand. So I'm just going to take about 1-inch sections. So we're going to take the wand. Be careful if you're using a wand, obviously. Don't burn your fingers off. Just make sure to leave the little tip end of your hair out of the curl. And you don't need to leave it on for too long. Just need to set it like that. You can grab it and hold it into place after each curl to really make sure that it can cool down in the curl. Thing to remember while you're doing this is we're in each section going to be curling away from our face. So I'm going to be pointing the curling wand down and then just wrapping it backwards. So I'm wrapping it the opposite direction of my face, away from your face. So you'll do this on both sides, and this is basically all we're going to be doing. So we're going to do this throughout the rest of the head. Just make sure that you're not leaving that on for too long. My heat setting is on low. I turned it on high at first to really heat up the barrel, but now I'm just going to leave it on low because I have blonde, fine hair and it's been damaged many a times before, so you always just want to be a little bit more gentle when you're using any heat styling products. Okay, so we're just going to let this sit in my hand a little bit, let it cool. So we're just going to go on the other side here now and wrap it the opposite direction, so we're going to go away from our face. And you really want to leave the ends of your hair out, mainly because your ends are the most fragile part of your hair. They are the oldest hair that you have on your head, so they don't need a lot of heat at all. They want as little as heat as possible, so doing that will really help not fry your ends off. And since we're doing a little bit more of a relaxed wave, we don't need the ends to be super, super tight. So, little update on you guys. We are just getting ready to move to Portland. So basically what I was saying is I'm leaving my phone on because we've sent in our applications to a Portland apartment that should be available in about 2 weeks from now. So we're having a little going away party this weekend. Today is Wednesday. We've had a lot of road bumps in this. We had some car problems that cost some money that we weren't expecting. We had, just like kind of a false start with this application. So today should be the final deciding factor to see if we get this apartment and how much it's gonna cost for the deposit and everything. So yeah, today is a little stressful for me. I'm like on my toes, just like, please call me, please call me. So now that we finished with the lower half of the hair, I'm gonna take the hairspray again, and we are just going to do a finishing spray on it. So now we're just gonna let this whole top section down, and you can put whatever your parting is into place. And then just like we did on the lower half, we're gonna do a light spray before the curls on the top half. And you wanna keep like at least a half arm's length away when you're spraying the hairspray. That will make sure that it's not getting too much on there so that when the heat comes in contact with the hairspray, it doesn't have any chance to fry your hair. And it just makes sure that you don't go too heavy-handed with it. Just make sure that you get a nice light layer of spray. Ugh. Well, that hairspray does not taste very good, I will tell you that. I'm going to do the same thing on this top section here, and then do the same thing, just point the curling iron down and then wrap it away from our face. Hopefully we will be moving out there in like 2 weeks. I will be doing a kind of moving series about our move to Portland, and we are driving to Portland, so I will be trying to vlog some of my drive out there, mainly because I will be extremely bored because we're driving separately. So I will be driving like 19 hours by myself. It is really difficult, and there's a lot of things to keep in mind for it. So I'm going to be doing a series on that. So I think I'll probably start that series once we're in Portland, so that it's not like a random series that's like, hey, we tried to move to Portland, but we didn't make it. I shouldn't even say that. We're gonna make it. It's fine. This has been in the works for at least a year now, so it's just really stressful, and it's like, do or die time right now, because we really have worked really hard to get to this point. So hopefully everything is gonna fall into place perfectly, and then we can get the show on the road. Nick and I have lived together for about 4 years, but we've always lived with roommates. So this will actually be our first apartment, just the two of us as a couple. So it will be very nice. I'll be able to decorate with all my stuff. Actually, we're not bringing a lot of stuff out there, which is something that we, at first, that was not the original plan, but it has changed now. So that's another thing I want to talk about in a moving series. We're just gonna keep holding this for a couple seconds, maybe 10 to 20 seconds in your hand, however long you feel like it. If you have bangs or like a side part like I do, I just basically carve out the section of where my bangs are so that I can get that into one whole section, and then we're just going to do the same thing and wrap it away from our face. So now that we've got these nice little ringlet curls, we are just gonna do one more spray over the whole thing. Don't eat it like I did. The best thing to do at this point is either do your makeup or do something where you don't brush the curls out for at least, 5 to 10 minutes. So do whatever you need to do for the next 5 to 10 minutes. We're gonna browse some stuff here. So now that that waiting period is over, we're gonna take the brush that we used before, or if you have a Mason Pearson brush, you can use that as well, because that will help, or any boar bristle brush will help with smoothing this out so it's a very nice smooth wave. So basically you just want to start right at the ends of your hair and start to brush upwards. And then you can really start to kind of move the curls into place. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And so you could literally just leave it like this. I normally like to do a little bit of texture into it, and kind of just go up to the top and do a little bit of a back comb, just very lightly, so that it gives me a little bit more volume at the top. Since I do have a little bit finer of hair, I like to just give a little bit more volume at the top here so that it lasts a little bit longer, so that I don't have flat to my head hair, especially after a couple hours. It can start to just really get super flat on me. So I just like to go through, little finer sections and just back comb right at the top of the hair. And then you can just kind of play around with it, get the amount of volume that you want, and yeah, this is the end result. So I hope you guys like this video. Please let me know if you guys want me to do more talk throughs and kind of update you a little bit more. This whole month of August is going to be crazy because hopefully, fingers crossed, we will be in the moving process in about 2 weeks. So I'm going to try to film as much as I can. Like I said, I'm going to vlog the trip out to Portland and kind of do a little bit more of some moving stuff for you guys. So please let me know in the comments down below what you want to see from me this month, and I will get a nice list together for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!